It's about how you sell what to who. Well, who you sell to determines what you sell. Then what you sell determines how you sell it. Selling anything else than what people buy is a giant waste of time. All right, so I got a few minutes here on the beach. Let's see if I can tell you exactly how we create six-figure days in 90 days or less. By the time I get to the Jeep out there, get out of Costa Rica tomorrow as I'm teaching the six-figure day accelerator. But basically, the way we create six-figure days, boil it down to simple. You ain't got time to waste getting stuck in the weeds. It's about how you sell what to who. Most important thing, the most important element of the how you sell what to who is the who. Because the who's buying, who you're making your offer to, who you're preparing your offer to, who you're crafting your offer for, who is buying decides what you sell. Because remember, selling anything else than what people buy is a giant waste of time. There we go. A nice wave on that one. Looking good. So who you sell to determines what you sell. And what you sell determines how you sell it. You can't sell a $300 online course the same way you sell a $30,000 mastermind or a $10,000 coaching package. So a lot of times people come to me and say, okay, Sly, a lot of times like one of these three or two of these variables are stuck in time. Okay, I'm speaking such date to these people. What do I sell? Or what do I say to sell it? Or how do we put the messaging together and all that? So it's not a lot of times that we don't have the luxury or the trouble or the pain sometimes, could be a pain in the ass, pain in the butt, to come up with the offer if you don't know the market very well. So in ideal circumstances, I'm speaking at that date, there's people in the room. Sometimes it's a physical room. You're there like a conference style, 100, 200 people there, and you have 2 hours on stage making a conference or a kind of a live masterclass situation. And then there's a pitch at the end. That's how you can sell up to maybe $1,000. Now, the other one is like, okay, I got a series of webinars or a series of online events, or it could be a challenge or a 3-day event or something. Well, then you can jack up the price pretty good because people in the audience, if you align what you sell with what they already want to buy, in 3 days, or even better that I've seen, 3 days spaced over a week. You have one on Tuesday, one on Friday, and the other one closing the cart with the whole countdown sequence and the whole 9 yards on the next Tuesday. That's the best I've seen so far. Well, people have time to go through the babysitting phase. If you tried to sell straight, like cold turkey, cold audience, never heard about you, get straight on stage and pitch, trust, especially nowadays, is an issue. People need to kick the tires on the trust, unless you're third-party validated and really endorsed by someone they already trust and you have this borrowed ethos. Sometimes it can take a while to just establish that trust. There's a natural babysitting phase, as we call it, to just get them at ease with you, get used to know you, see how you answer some questions. Sometimes people might book a call after a call. Some people buy right away. Some others will have questions on calls. And sometimes they just ask questions and push on you a little bit just to see how you'll handle it. That's a thing. And then sometimes it's a 20-minute skit. Like we had one guy was like a 20-minute talk. He said, okay, Sly, I'm booked. I got this thing coming up. Like, was it like a month and a half or two? Thing coming up. Bought our coaching program, came in. I got 20 minutes. I'm speaking to real estate investors at this place, and I'm there for a whole week. So this is a week thing. They're all in a little bubble together. Mastermind effect. This guy's a guest speaker for 20 minutes. And he wants to sell a $7,500 thing. It's like, there's no way we're selling this in 20 minutes. Okay, unless, remember, who you're speaking to is more important than what you say. Who you are to who you're speaking to is also more important than what you say. Or who introduces you to who you're speaking to is also more important. Like if you're speaking to an investor crowd and you have Warren Buffett in person say, this guy, whatever this guy says, I listen. He says jump, I say how high, and then you take the stage. See, so who introduces you is to who you're speaking to is also more important than what you say. So in that case, he did not have that. He was just a guest speaker there with not a lot of barbolito. So it's like, okay, well, what do you do? So how you sell what to who? He's selling a 7,500 coaching thing. He has a 20-minute skit. We can't do that. So we do what we call a sandwich. We have a thing called the Transformational Speaking Academy that teaches you how to speak using how to overcome objections with storytelling techniques, basically. We do this, but that the call to action that we do is we make a challenge to the speaker. So we don't say, after this 20-minute thing that you just heard me for the first time, give me some money. Said, I'll be here all week. And I bet you can't wake up at 6 a.m. and meet me on the beach tomorrow before this whole event starts. And I'll be doing guided meditations on the beach to ramp up your mindset and get you set up so that you can extract even more information and data and get a better ROI on this event that you're here. So bet you can't do this. It was kind of a betcha thing in French, so the wording was a bit different. Next morning at 6 a.m., most of of course, we have the QR code on the slides and all that. So he gets the emails and you have the lead generation thing and he gets them in his sequence. And of course, there's all that too. Right? But the real call to action was to get them in the babysitting phase at that thing. So it goes on the beach at 6 a.m. Most of the people are there. Does the meditation thing. At the next day, the same thing. Next day. Now, by the time the week ends, this guy's positioned as a teacher, a mentor, a trusted advisor, a guide, someone they can trust. They actually, because we use the same modalities and techniques, so like he actually shifts people and he works on people. I had some people say that to me like, man, it's weird. We had you work on our people. And it's like, people are actually having transformation. Like, yeah, go figure. So anyway, he does that thing and he sells 10 packages at 7,500. So this guy fails miserably at creating a 6-figure day in less than 90 days. It's 75,000 from a 20-minute talk. Because how you sell what to who was placed in the proper order. Now, contrast that. This guy used to be an engineer. So went and get the whole trouble of being an engineer, getting the ring and all that. Then the interviews and finding a job, entry job, and then get up on the ranks as an engineer, and drive all day, drive to work, stress all day, deal with idiots, stress out over lunch, drive all night in traffic, come back home exhausted and tired, do this for a whole week and then a whole month after month for a whole year. This guy made more money from a 20-minute talk because he was clear on how he was selling what to who. So he liked it so much, he did it again 3 months later. So 3 months later, he also made more than his yearly salary as an engineer, doing the same thing again, the same play. So if you ever get confused about how to create a 6-figure day, it's going to get some rocks from here. Just remember, there's this weird guy on the beach with a funny accent, car je parle français, I speak French, it's my first language, who told me, what was the thing again? Oh yeah, how you sell what to who. See, I see this all the time. People come to me like, okay, I got this 5-minute speaking spot on a summit there, multi-track summit. I got 5 minutes and I want to then sign up for my mastermind. Are you kidding me? I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's like, think about it from your perspective. You see someone for the first time, you don't just throw money at them, even if they make promises, even if they have the results and the proof and the testimonials and they've been doing this for years. Yeah, trust is at an all-time low. So make sure that the how you're selling what to who fits with what the who you're speaking to already wants to buy, so you don't have to twist their arm. This guy that I'm talking about, for example, helps real estate investors with their mindset. He had a client, he works with billionaires. He had a client who had a limiting belief that deals under 20 million were not worth my while, small deals. This guy overcame this limiting belief and made an extra $100 million that year. So what's the price of coaching again? So when you base it on the result that they already want, and you talk about what they already want, and you sell it how they are predispositioned and how it makes sense for them to buy. I think I heard Dan Henry say that. It's very hard to not make a lot of money if you just put the right people in the right room, say the right thing. I got dogs barking here, so I got to go. So just to quote Dan Henry, it's very hard to not make money if you put the right people in the right room and say the right thing. Just keep it in mind. It's about how and sell what to who. Thanks for watching. I've been Sly on the beach in Costa Rica here. Have a great day. Let's be.